your business is brand, okay, but people bandy around the word brand all the time. And a lot of small businesses think, oh, brands are for the big brands. You want to be a Samsung or a Nokia or an Apple, or not Nokia these days, but an Apple or whatever. The fact is that every business has a brand, and very few businesses really understand what a brand is. Businesses think that they control their brand. Okay, so you know, I'm not going to name any names, but you have the Acme Corporation or whatever fictional business, and often within that organisation there will be a department called branding, and the brand department will be in charge of managing the brand. And the fact is, you don't control your brand. Your brand is the total sum of all of your customers' perceptions of you and your business and your products.
And you can't change. Well,
you can influence it.
You can influence, but you can't change the brand. I mean, you know, I often think of that little logo. I mean, it's just one thing. The logo of Shell or BP. You know, once that's set, it's very difficult to change.
Yeah.
The Royal Mail went to a company called Consignia a few years ago. What's it now? It's back to the Royal Mail. So, you know, think carefully. If you're going to change your brand or create a brand, it is probably for life.
Yeah.
And getting it wrong is an expensive business.
It's an expensive business. So what John's just touched upon, things like brand's name and what graphics people call your branding, in other words, the visual identity, to use the jargon, that's important, get that right to start with. But your bigger brand is about how you want people to perceive your business. And one of the best branding exercises you can do is just to sit down, you don't even need a piece of paper, and say, if I had to choose 3 words that people would use to I would want people to use to describe my business, what would they be? Would they be reliable, good value, friendly? Would they be efficient, cool, cutting edge? And think of those 3 values and keep it broad, but aim for what how people are going to perceive you. And don't assume that you have to be super professional, super sexy. So one of my side businesses is, we've just been talking about it, I have a little YouTube channel. I make little videos on how to play piano. Okay, I've got a book that I sell off the back of it. And it is deliberately low tech. So video companies have come to me and said, hey Bill, we can make your piano videos much sexier. We can do it for £500 a video. Whoa. And it'll look really cool, there'll be idents and everything. And my videos currently cost £0 to make. And I know that if they suddenly looked flash and sexy, there wouldn't be the same trust there. People trust my business because it's clearly just me sat in my sort of back bedroom playing the piano. So there's a much greater degree of personalisation there. Another little story like that, I did an exercise, a training day down at Glasdeer, the business centre down in Llanrwst, a few years ago, on how to make successful videos. And I showed the audience 2 videos, both of bed and breakfast, hotel type places. And one was super sick, super sexy, 15 grand budget, I would say, ish, aerial shots, they'd hired a helicopter, all the rest of it, big voiceover, lots of music. And the other one was just a lady who owned a B&B down in Bettercoed, wondering, she borrowed like her daughter's iPhone and was wandering around saying, oh, this is the bathroom, this is the kitchen, this is where we have our breakfast, as you can see, we've just changed the curtains, blah, blah, blah. And she was really lovely and friendly. And it cost her nothing, she put it on YouTube. So I said to the audience, right, which of these videos is the more expensive? Point to the more expensive video, and of course they all pointed at the 15 grand one. And then I said, of those 2 brands, which one do you trust more? And they all pointed at the old lady with the bed and breakfast in Bettercoed. Okay, who had spent nothing but had a more successful promotional video than
Bill, you've just touched on something there that I've seen a lot in business recently, and it's especially with small businesses. It's there's trust, but it's actually about authenticity.
Yeah,
that's the word I would use. You know, you look authentic. You can see the glitz, you can see the glamour, but actually having that lady do it herself, you know, what a more homespun, it comes over as more authentic. And I think in this, dare I say, commoditized world within which we're living, and it's getting more commoditized, having that more heterogeneous, authentic product service.
Big word for mathematicians.
Well, sorry about that. I can even spell it. Yeah. Seriously, I think the authenticity is it's a discriminator.
Yeah.
It gives you an advantage, and frankly, in business, you need competitive advantage.
Absolutely.